is the last time you let yourself just cry? So many of us have been told at a young age, don't cry, you're a crybaby, and just hold it all in. I know for me, for when I'm super anxious or I notice my anxiety is like through the roof, is because I need to cry. And crying is like a pressure release valve opening and just allowing these emotions to go through. And then so often, like my boyfriend would attest, I'll just like bawl my eyes out and then start hysterically laughing. I think it's because my body is just like so thankful to have gotten that out. And then the laughing is an expression as well. Just like this hysterical laughter, and it's just this energy needed to move. And when it doesn't and it gets repressed, it either becomes that anxiety and it will start attaching to stuff, or it's depression because it's so much emotion that we can't hold all of it, so we depress it. I can't feel any of this. If any of it comes out, I'm gonna like absolutely explode. So it's just like depressed, don't feel anything. So we can create times where we can allow those expressions, which number one, breath work. Like sometimes it's hard to just, okay, go cry, like to really have a good cry, but there's tools that can help bring that about. And for me, it's helpful. Number one, breath work. Breath work is such a powerful tool to just release so much trapped emotions and helps me cry pretty much every time. And so that is very activating breath work. So there's very many different types of breath work. I'm particularly talking about like somatic release breath work, holotropic style breathing. I lead classes Monday and Tuesday if you ever want to join. These are live classes in Zoom, or there's tons of videos online you could watch. I have some videos on my YouTube channel. However, these are typically like shorter classes where if you join a live class, or there's other breathwork facilitators, somatic release breathwork, that you can take like an hour class and really have a deep release. And then also, like for me this morning, it was the Red Rocks Austin. It's a church here, and I just started going. I haven't been to like a church in so long, and the sermons just speak to me. And I just bawling my eyes out this morning, and I listened to some of this. They have like a Denver church, and you may not, I don't want to. And if church isn't like your thing, taking it in, just the messaging they send, it's just like these beautiful messages that aren't necessarily just like about the Bible or religion. It's just like living in the human experience and dealing with anxiety and depression. And it's just they're so powerful. So definitely recommend those. These are Red Rocks Denver and Red Rocks Austin. Awesome sermons. And so that had me just like bawling this morning. I was like so anxious yesterday. And I noticed that, I know that about myself, like I need to cry. It was just like today, it was just like the release valve got to open and I feel a million times better. And so that's why I'm creating this video, like as a reminder for myself, as a reminder for anyone out there. Like if you were feeling so much anxiety, a lot of times that is just pent up energy that needs to be released, needs that floodgate to open. So to induce that, to listen to like a sad song, things like, I always put like Adele songs or some very emotional songs in my breathwork playlist because it induces crying. Listen to some inspirational talks. Listen to some things that move you. Really like loving stories. Like, I know for myself like that. I don't know if you've ever seen like the lion video, Christian the lion, when the lion reconnects with the owners the owners raised this little lion. And then they let it back out in the wild. And like years later, they came back with no intention of the lion ever remembering them. And the lion like creeps. And they're just looking at him from afar. And then the lion like runs up and hugs them. And it's just like, oh my gosh, my heart just opened so much. So stuff like that that just makes you cry, like a good cry. Gift yourself that. It is such a release. You deserve it. And that's how we don't then use food to numb. That is how we